which we are working on. We hope it will work. On this one of surrogacy, there is assisted reproductive health technology bill that is going in place. So the country must actually look at its legal framework very, very quickly to look at these things.
You see, why we were saying that is, for example, okay, because of poverty, and I'm able to carry. So, you know, mine is just to carry 9 months, but you are not looking at how many have you carried. You know, that's the other challenge. So that you don't find you have given and given and given, and so there are many siblings out there with different parents. We have to also look at that so that we help. So that if you do once or twice, that's it. You are not allowed.
The bill restricts how many times?
Yes, how many times. And also protects you. Because let's say, for example, I was to deliver a baby and give it to a family who, by the time I became pregnant, they have decided they have divorced or something has happened. What happens to me? So they are very critical things.
It's a very complex bill, and it will come to Parliament.
Or you did not expect me to deliver a disability child and a disability, and then you decide, no, I don't. So we have to just bring in laws that say you agreed, you picked, you have to take the child. Or, I mean, something.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's more complex, even parenthood.
Very complex.
Even inheritance. Even the information. Remember when the child grows up, the child may now want information on how I came to be. How do you treat that information? And look at our constitution, which says that you have a parental responsibility, whether you are married, whether the parents are married or not. So when you now look at the issue of inheritance later on, so that bill, it is, and there's a lot of interest in it, a lot of interest.
Correct.
But we are working on it. It's in our committees, on my desk, and we...
When you say a lot of interest to quash it, or to make sure that it successfully sells through?
No, what is coming out is there are a lot of also moral issues that are related to it. Like the church is interested. Who should you harvest eggs from? And who should donate sperms? And then if you now, like where you have what we call in vitro fertilization outside the womb. Now once you get the cell, the ovum, the sperm get fertilized and it gets into what's called an embryo. That embryo is a living person. If you don't use it, what happens to it? And there can be manipulation, genetic manipulation. And so it has to be done. Actually, it has taken over 4 years. I think the first time it passed through the National Assembly. It went to the Senate. It lapsed. It lapsed because of time. It is back with us again.
Interesting. That could be another conduit of actually organ harvesting. You know, when you when you're using surrogacy or maybe this fertilization that you're talking about, and it does not go through, don't you see? Because there's been this partial abortion that is happening.
You see, that is why
that like you don't go for full term, and then
like this one. Why we are saying, see, some people say no, these are laws we don't need. The truth is, these things are happening. Transplants are happening, and you see now they're being abused. This surrogacy and assisting birth,
it's going on, but it's being abused.
And in fact, you have even difficulty saying whether it's being abused or whether you are talking morally, because you don't have a law in place which defines it as now illegal.
So, and part of the other contribution then that I wanted to give was what the president just mentioned today when he was doing that breakfast meeting with the private sector. And he mentioned that, I think that was a very bold statement by the president to the private sector, that sometimes they want to influence the policy decisions or the law-making process, because some of them want to have a monopoly. They want to take advantage through the law. And as it were, I would say it's neither here nor there. But yes, some of those, I like that bold statement from the president, because now that will make all the business community to be morally right. Because when you want to take advantage of the law, you want to influence a committee, you know, so that the law is bent towards your direction, so that then you have an edge. Of course, he speaks from a point of information. And in my view, yes, sometimes these things probably do happen. I'm still new in the House, but I love also some of the leaders like Nyekal, very straightforward.
But let me say something about that. You know, these are very subtle things, but I believe it happens. Why am I using the word I believe? Because these are things that people know. But even when we are in the corridors of the House, you hear comments like, hey, this one, some people must have eaten on it. But you never get somebody to say, and these comments make you believe something is going on. Yeah. I've not myself been approached that take this money and go and pass this bill. So I can't say.
Because you don't look that sly. You look like a good man, a very churchy.
Not a good man, very vocal, you will just say it. So they would like you.
Strict.
And not only that. Not only that, but look, in a country where corruption is such a big problem, members of parliament is a sample of that society. I would be surprised, just mathematically, that you take 500 people in a society where there's so much corruption, and then there's none in that. Where are you going to get that sample from?
All right. So, and that is why, by the way, Dibal,
yes,
that is why I'm very excited about this bill now. I mean, my you know, the investigation that the committee will be doing, I'm very happy because we have a chairman that is so straight, because some of us have refused to even be bribed to drop this. Said no. And I'm very happy because of Dr. Nyekal. I am so sure many of those who suffered will surely get justice through his ministry. I mean, through his committee. Now, coming back, no, I can tell you, with him in place, he's a very straightforward gentleman. Justice will be served to everyone where it begins. And as I said, there's a laguna of law. So probably also along the course of time, we'll be able to make some laws that will then be able to govern